Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta, and this is about SOFTUBE's Amp Room 2021 edition. Okay, that was a bit of metal. I wrote the song specifically for this video, and I used Amp Room on guitars and bass and on my drums mix bus. Well, not the Amp Room, but a couple of SOFTUBE plugins. So I've been using these SOFTUBE Marshalls a lot. I mean, I have a couple of real Marshalls, but I'm not always here playing, and Amp Room is really handy. I have that on my laptop. You know, I can play basically with my Marshalls anywhere. They are really good emulations. They are in good or bad. Like, they crackle, they pop, they work exactly like real amps. Obviously, real amp is always a real amp, and emulation is an emulation, but these are the best I've tried. No questions. Okay, so a little bit history. I bought a couple of Marshall, the JMP and the Amp Room back in the day, and I did a few videos, and SOFTUBE noticed that and they liked what I did. They asked that would I want to work with them. So this new edition of Amp Room, I was kind of like test driver, one of the test drivers when they developed this, and I tried it and I had my comments, like, let's say, like for example, on the previous version, the SD1 didn't work like real SD1, what I have, but now it does. Because I highlighted that, hey, drive should do this, at that point, level should do this, so now the settings are exactly like on my real SD, and it works like that. And I have had a couple of things regarding the amps and stuff, because, well, yeah, I have a Plexi 3 800s, and they've done absolutely fantastic job. They've updated this, like the user experience, but also the quality of the amp sims. So this is kind of like having virtually like a studio, like my rig. I have pedal board there, I have SD, noise gate, Marshall, impulse responses or cabinets. I have the same here. So SD, noise gate 800, 1960B vintage cabinet. This is part of the Marshall cabinet pack, which you need to buy separately. And then I EQ'd it a bit, because these are like how the cabs sound. Like on my signature IR Valovirtuos, for example, from Jens Bogren, they are like EQ'd, so they're mix ready. So they're basically, this stuff is included, what I did here, but you can do this here. This is a channel strip from American Classic Mixing Desk. And this reverb I use a lot on my demo guitar bus when I'm doing these videos, so you will get the same kind of vibe what I have here in my room, monitoring myself via my Genelec speakers. Okay, enough yapping. How this sounds? It's great. I mean, there's a tiny bit of latency, but that's because this is a computer, it processes. So, but after a while, you, or at least I, when I played it, after a while, it's pretty much unnoticeable. Okay, and you know, sounds are always, you know, what's the reference? So this was this. Now let me mute this, and this is a demo guitar 1984. It's my bad boy, and it's super overdrive, you know, speed decimator, bad boy. It's the same exact cabinet. So I'm recording a direct signal from the Sandrock reactive load. So there's no Bogren IRs. It goes to here, and I have this cabinet on this channel. So it sounds like this. It's really close, and with a bit of EQ tweaking I could probably get it even closer. So, and this is like these modules, so there's lots of amps. So not all of them come as a stock. I actually can't remember what's included and what's not. I guess this 800 is included in there, but the JMP and Plexi and Silvertube and Kerry King, I think you need to purchase separately, and some of the cabinets. But there's like Vox, this is new for Amp Room, Boogie, Ambec bass. I used this on a bass, we'll get that soon. This is Hiwatt bass amp, Eden bass amp, High Guard, this is kind of Engel, I think it's like maybe Fireball, good sounding. Marshalls, lots of cabinets. Then there's pedal section. There's Clean 22, which is like the 33, the foreign Rat, Marshall Governor, Chorus, Tube Screamer, SD, Fuzz, like amazing stuff. The amps, then there's lots of cabinets. Some of them are like this, so they're like fixed mic'd, so you can choose. So what I have here is 57, and this is some condenser mic and Royer 121. And then the post-processing section, this depends what you have bought. I don't actually know what are included in the standard version, or if any. But like I said, I've been working with them, so I have a lot of their stuff, which I'm really grateful. They're fantastic. And then there's a low pass, high pass filters and stuff. So what I have here, because the usual. So if I turn off the post EQ, it's kind of like, you know, how Marshall cabinet, you know, sounds a little bit honky. Then when I add a little bit low shelf, and then the EQ, where I boosted a little bit highs, and then I cut it high mids and low mids and boosted a little bit lows. And I have a stereo reverb. And what is cool, because now this is the EV SD1 blah 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 preset, and then I can do like put here, and if I press this camera, it copies to this B section. So all these kind of like your presets, they have 4 these like blocks where you can try different things. So let's see what we have on the B. So I basically copied the A, and then I just added tape echo. Everything else is the same. It's really good. That's like old school tape echo. And then what I have on C, so the A, that was what I used on rhythm guitars on the song, and this was the lead sound. So what I did, I put it like stereo delay. So this is kind of like what Van Halen does. So the different delay lengths. Listen. Nice. And then what I did here, just to show you an example of what you can do. This one. It looks complicated, but it's basically what you do in real studio. So SD1, gate, chorus. Then the chorus is split it, Zakk Wylde style, into two 800s, exact same settings, 2 cabinets, and back to here. So it's really wide. This is really cool. I really like this because I'm old school. I like to play with, real stuff and pedals and change orders and try different things. And this is as close, at least in my opinion, as you can get, to the real stuff. Okay, then let's close this, and I'm gonna show you how to create, a sound. So this is first. There's a blank spot. Let's create the sound that I have. So how I did it. So first, amplifier. And then when you click this, it shows it like the real controls. Okay. And then these are cool. There's info about the amp, what it is, history. This is like, it's fascinating. And then let's choose I put it twice, so you can drag it or double click it, and then I like this microphone combination. Okay, let's listen how it sounds. Yeah, so pre and full, bass full. lots of treble, lots of presence. And the way this behaves, the master volume, it's not just volume, it's actually... You hear the power tubes. It happens exactly like on a real amp. They start to really break up. So I always find a sweet spot. Okay, then what we want to do, we want to add super overdrive here, and it's like super overdrive. It makes noise like a real pedal, and then you can add more by doing this, and then let's add the gate. Voila. Okay. Only thing is that these are other way around than on the actual pedal. So this is like drive on the actual pedal. A bit honky. And this is modeled after a certain 800. I mean, mid is 3. I usually have mine around 5. So that's why I always say that don't look numbers. Use your ears. Okay, then let's shape the tone a bit. So let's include the channel strip. Now we're starting to talk, and then let's add a little bit of that, because to match the low end thump of the bad boy. So let's add a low shelf, and I think around So in a couple of minutes you have a really good mix ready guitar sound. It's fantastic. Let's look at what I had on bass. So SD in front, it works with bass, gate, Ampeg, legendary, and a good old 8x10, a little bit EQ and a little bit of compression. Let's actually listen how it sounds. So, nasty bass sound. I like this kind of little bit ugly bass sound, and it works great with the guitars if we listen this riff. So many times, you know, what you hear on the albums, you're not obviously hearing just the guitar, but you hear the bass with it. So let me play the guitars first, and then I add the bass. So especially in metal, bass and guitar are kind of like, I mean, I didn't play exactly the same stuff, but the bass takes care of the low end. But yeah, so I think they have a tryout period, so you can download this, see if you like it, and then maybe, you know, buy it, or maybe, you know, and maybe then get, you know, the Marshall cabinet and amp package and some other plugins. I'm not gonna show you any more of this because this video will be long as F, because there's so much you can do, and because they have a tryout period, you can download this to yourself and try it out and see what you can do with it. But these come so close to at least my Marshalls and pedals, that it's like I would be probably perfectly happy with just these. Luckily I have these too. Hey, thanks for watching. Links in the description below to SOFTUBE's website and so on. All the best. See you next time.